The last train home. It was a stormy night, and the wind howled through the empty streets as Emily rushed towards the train station. The last train home was scheduled to leave at midnight, and she could already hear the distant chime of the clock tower striking 12. She quickened her pace, clutching her coat tightly against the biting cold. As she descended the stairs to the platform, she noticed it was unusually deserted. The flickering fluorescent lights cast eerie shadows on the walls, and the only sound was the distant rumble of thunder. Emily shivered, feeling an inexplicable sense of dread. The train finally arrived, its screeching brakes echoing through the empty station. The doors slid open with a creak, and she hesitated for a moment before stepping inside. The interior was dimly lit, and the seats were empty except for a lone figure sitting at the far end of the carriage. Emily took a seat near the middle, trying to shake off the feeling of unease. The train jerked forward, and she settled in for the ride home. As she stared out the window, the rain poured down in sheets, obscuring the view of the city. The rhythmic clatter of the train on the tracks was almost hypnotic, lulling her into a sense of false security. Minutes passed, and Emily couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. She glanced around the carriage, but the figure at the end hadn't moved. It was then she noticed something odd. The figure seemed to be dressed in outdated clothing, like something from a bygone era. Curiosity got the better of her, and she decided to approach the figure. As she got closer, she saw that it was an old man, his face gaunt and pale, with eyes that seemed to bore into her soul. She opened her mouth to speak, but no words came out. The old man slowly lifted his hand and pointed to the seat beside him. Reluctantly, Emily sat down. The old man leaned in, his voice barely above a whisper. "You shouldn't be here," he said. "This train, it's not